Oh my God! Somebody help me! This is such a rowdy bunch. I can't get them to go live. I'm
Hey
kidding.
guys.
Hello, all.
Yeah, we had quite the conversation going. Then we realized, oh, maybe we should be live.
Right.
Right.
And yes, you're coming to you live from my truck again, and not. I won't even go into all that again, but at least we got good sound. Is everybody hear us okay? See us okay? And all
Yep.
right, good, good, good.
Actually, yeah, I think it just went live right where I said maybe we should be live because I was going over to mute mine.
All right. Well, let's see who's in here. There's Maria Z. There's Dale. Thanks for the like. Skull Aquatics. Pam. Pam said she's ready. She said then maybe she should get some coffee going. She said, "Hey, Skull. There's Skipper. Muppet. Hey, Muppet. Mike's Aquatics and Things. Hello, everybody. Good vibes. Thank you, Mike. Paul McCarthy. Welcome, welcome. Patty's Petite Tanks. We do meet again. What a pleasure. Pleco Fever, welcome.
Welcome.
Patty. Somebody's got their sound on. Skipper. Skipper's a problem. I told you guys. Anyway, Dave Farrell, hello. So many people talking that you don't want to say the name. Benoski, howdy, howdy. And Sandy Dowdy, hey. Maria's been chatting them up, I'm telling you. I think that
She's
maybe
good at that.
Yes, she is. Michael
Oh, yeah.
Long, howdy. Ian, Atkins Nature Aquariums. And I think that No Fancy Tail Aquatics, Scott. New Local Austin. Al Wet Socks. It jumped on me is what happened. You guys know how that is. All right. If I missed any, Mad F, if I missed anybody, I am so sorry. It's Ed's fault. So, right? See, he's up, so we blame Ed.
Yeah,
So
he
we
can't
had a
hear us right
guest.
now.
Oh, there
I
he
bet
is.
he is. There he is. We didn't.
I relocated last minute.
Right.
Maybe you guys will see turkeys.
He
Wow.
was telling us about seeing the wild turkeys. Anyway, we had a guest, guys, and he's out of town and had to cancel. And it's the young man that was on Pam Stream Wednesday night. And we wanted to do like a little more expanded and in-depth thing. And those of us that have reptiles, Susie included, ask him, more reptile kind of questions. And he doesn't keep fish, not yet, but we're going to work on that with him.
We can work on that, right?
We'll work on that. So that's why you just got our mugs tonight. And,
Yeah, start him out with guppies just so he can put some in the water bowl for the reptiles.
Yeah.
And once he learns that and learns he can grow his own little food for him, then you got him hooked. He's already got an aquarium and he's breeding fish.
Susie, he's one of us because he talked about how one of his critters, I forget what kind of lizard it was now. It's real common. But anyway, it's like 1 year below the oldest living one and all that. And so he knows all their history, and they're not just stock to him. They're pets, family members. And he had 3 or 4 snakes. One of them was pretty big, and his little daughter, of course, he's there with her all the time, but his kids are not afraid of them. The dogs don't bother them. They don't bother the dogs. It's just really an interesting place. Anyway, we'll have him on again sometime.
Bob.
Yes, sir.
It was a 14-year-old bearded dragon.
Oh, wow.
There you go. And it wasn't that the 15 was the world, the oldest ever.
God bless Bob. You. God love you, Bob.
What?
My Sheila is 11 years old. She's getting to be an old lady.
Yeah, I had to close my eyes and visualize that stream, and it was the bearded dragon. Oh, it's 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so, yeah. Wow. Said 17.
The 15-year-old was the one that was the longest living recorded, and he actually has one above that he needs to get recorded. That's what it was. I'm sorry.
How do you prove a hatch date 17 years later?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He
I'm just about to
knew.
ask him.
He mentioned that, but we'll find out when we do have
Yeah,
him
that
on.
would be fun. That would be very interesting.
He
It
wasn't
all
trying
has to
to.
do with paperwork.
You might
Yeah,
have
he
to cut
wasn't
their
tr-
leg off and look at the rings.
I was wondering if you could do that
Tail.
with a nail. Like
That's a
Maybe
damn
you
claw.
don't need reptiles, Ed. Maybe you don't need them, Ed.
No.
Oh, we're just going to cut the tail off, see the growth rings in it. Like, no.
It's not a tree. Jesus.
Well, I
Grumpy
mean,
dog.
hey, honestly, look at rattlesnakes. You look at a tail and guesstimate an
rattler.
age on those. So
Yeah, the rattler. Don't encourage
so
him,
why not
Lord.
cut off a tail
Jeez.
and take a look? Don't do that, please.
Do not try this at home, kids.
Susie, I know where Ed lives, so don't worry. I've got his address. So. Hey, Travis. Still people coming in. We got 40 people in here. Wow. I'm impressed.
That's awesome.
They
It
must
is
be
awesome.
bored.
They probably are. They're not here to see me.
There's that
that's
like
for
button.
sure.
Sorry, had to click it.
Yep. Hit that like, please. Lumpy Dog's in here, and I hadn't seen him a whole lot lately, so that's great. He's a mod on Dan's fish with us, so great to see him.
Lumpy's
And I don't
awesome.
think I don't think he has reptiles. I know he has a dog and he has fish, some awesome fish.
Doesn't he have cats too?
There's Holly and there's Mike from Florida Fish Rescue and Elizabeth from Florida Fish Rescue. Free Swimmer. Did somebody say hi, Free Swimmer? Yes. Guys, and I like to call out channels that I don't think y'all are sub to. Free Swimmer, he built a 1,200 and something gallon plywood tank a couple of years ago, and I followed that every video. And the tank itself, and it's a South American biotop. Those fish are awesome in there. You know I love Severums and those fish and have those. So anyway, Free Swimmer.
I'm really upset that YouTube has taken away the ability to, in the chat, just to click on somebody's name and it goes right to the channel. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that's irritating.
That was so convenient. Like everybody in the chat could just go click, and check it out if they like it.
At least give us an option to make it available or not.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that's actually a tuber and you're out there trying to get these videos out, of course you want people to click.
Yeah, and especially if you're a smaller YouTuber, and I tried to recreate it by, let's say it was Paul McCarthy, and I put in Paul McCarthy, his name may not come up if he only has like 10 subscribers. So you may not even find him without the link.
Right.
It's not right. I do have a fish question. So I was given these beautiful blue, I don't want to say convict, a blue parrotfish. They look like little convicts, but I was given like 100 eggs. And now they're beyond fry, they're fish. So I don't know anything about parrotfish. It's not something I did research on. I just rescued some eggs from somebody. What is the deal? Are they really convicts? They look like little convicts, but now they're blowing up into like balloons. I'm like,
you know, they sound like polar blues is what they sound like to me.
So what?
Aren't they a hybrid?
Yes,
I believe.
Yes, they are.
They're a balloon.
They are half convict and half parrot, I think.
Yeah, several people are saying the same thing in the chat, that they're hybrids in there. Yeah.
So I just treat them like
one trick as far as what you're saying, Bob, one trick people can do is you just kind of copy paste their name into the YouTube search bar and make sure on the filter that you put channel.
Oh.
And that does help. I've been able to find people that way. You have some names that you try to God bless you, Diego, if you're watching, but the name of his channel is Multiple Aquariums. You search YouTube for Multiple Aquariums, you're going to find everything you want to know about fish rooms, but you're probably not going to find his channel.
Exactly.
because there you go, because he's new and he's growing. But just that alone, by searching the channels rather than videos, you'll find it almost right away, especially if you look at off to the side over there, or as you all see it over here.
Okay.
If you look over there and look at the icon or the little photo,
oh yeah,
you should be able to match that up.
I usually just have another screen, another whatever open, another tab open on the desktop and do it that way. I'm sorry, Ed, I cut you off, I think.
Oh, it's all right. The hardest name I've had to find is Natural Aquariums. Trying to find his, because there's a bajillion of natural aquarium videos. So that channel thing is wonderful.
Yeah.
Hashtag channel or
a good example today. We always do our fish order on Sundays. Our fish rep works Sunday through Thursday, so we technically order first of the week. Well, one of the things I saw on the list available was a buffalo shrimp. I normally just copy, paste, search. Okay, what is this? Well, try searching buffalo shrimp. Even try searching live buffalo shrimp. You're not going to find anything out about it. And I finally just had to look up the scientific name, and it's a sarin shrimp. But
I bet if you go down far enough through that buffalo stuff, you'll find pictures of Pam's buffalo butts. She does those buffalo butt drawings all the time.
Really small ones.
I bet. Now let's see what she goes.
Hey, Diego, we were just talking about you.
Did we answer your question, Susie?
Yes, I think so. Well, how big do they get? No, you didn't. My next
just like a convict.
Oh,
big.
Has a convict cichlids.
Never had a convict.
Well, see, I have those little platinum jobs. I can't remember what they're called, and they actually had them when Robert and I went to Nashville, and I wanted to get some more, but I don't need them. I have like 4 or 5, but they're platinum parrots, but they're actually a mix with convicts, and they've been around since the late 70s because I researched them, but they haven't been in our country that long, just a few years, so that's why they're like new on the scene. But so they're adorable.
I did have some yellow convicts. They were like this big.
6 inches.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna need a bigger tank.
I think it kind of depends on them because parrots are different sizes, and I think a lot of the ones that I have seen that you're describing end up the size of what Bob has, and they're about the size of a little bigger than a silver dollar. I think
mine are still small, Ed. Remember how they were at the store?
Yeah.
Mine haven't gotten maybe 20% bigger. They stayed little.
Oh, wow.
Weird. Yeah, and they
my
go
silver
right up and
dollars
grab
were like
food.
the size of my palm.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got
they can get quite large.
And they,
I mean a real live silver dollar.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or actually, not a real live, a metal silver dollar.
Yeah, right.
I got you now.
An authentic silver dollar. They're not that big hardly as a real silver dollar, but they go right up to those great big, and they are big, those pacus I have, which are just real sweethearts anyway. They never have hurt another fish in there, and I'm very comfortable with my arm down to feed my blind fish, and they never even come near me. But the little parrots go up to there and grab food out of their mouth. If they're holding a big piece trying to chomp it, they go right up to them, and the pacus don't bother them. So they got attitudes, the little parrots.
Should I keep them in a species-only tank?
Like parrots, you don't know if they're going to be nice or not. It's kind of a crapshoot for you.
Yeah.
They don't. Do they have this mushed-in face, Susie?
No, not that I've seen so far. But they're fried. They're about the size of this big right here. So they're only this
Yeah,
big.
like-
I actually put a magnifying glass on the tank so that I can see, the detail of them, because they're still fry, but there's got to be 100 of them.
Yeah. Free
Yeah.
swimmer says Pacu can get so big. Well, mine are getting so big. I think
Yeah.
they're coming up on 10 inches. So
That big.
Oh,
they're
wow.
getting there. They're getting there.
That's bigger than your Hollywood Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The size of our squares, that's how
Wow.
big they can get.
So far, they're not aggressive, and they've never hurt each other. They tussle around and play, and sometimes scare people if I live stream in front of them. But they're just kids. I mean,
Okay.
they're really good-natured fish so far.
We had a phone call. It was weird. Someone was looking for a large fish for his pond, and he was down in middle to lower Alabama. But he wanted something big, and there was something I was getting him from our distributor, a starlet sturgeon, and at the same time I got a phone call from someone needing to rehome an 18-year-old pacu.
Oh,
This thing was easily 24 inches, tail to mouth, top to bottom.
wow.
And it was getting way too big for the aquarium to be able to turn around. I never saw the fish, never handled it. I just put her directly in touch with my customer, because that was one I had no way to even help in that one. No sense in me being in the middle of that. And let her go direct.
And Fantastic Freaks, thank you for the super chat. And Susie, I know how you love the colors. Do you want to read it? Susie
I
loves
do
it.
love the colors, man. Look at that $10 super chat from Fantastic Freaks. We got to see how freaks it is. Let's say, howdy, fish folks. Fun question. If you had a 1,000-gallon or bigger plywood tank, what would you put in it? He's going to listen to the answers and the live stream and the stream as he cleans out his Fahaka 150-gallon. It's about to get wet and messy. First of all, thank you, Fantastics, for the freaks. And what do we go around the Hollywood Squares and see what everybody would put in this massive one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. Go ahead. Wow.
Well,
I'll
we should
go
start off with
first.
Bob. He's the boss.
I'll go first. I would. That's Austin, I think it is. I would I would look at Free Swimmer's channel and see what he has in his. I think it's a 1,250 gallon. I love that biotope, and his fish are just gorgeous in it. So it's just, I would look at that. That's what I would do as a South American. That's what I do with my 180, the South American.
Well, since he's got the Bahaka already, I mean, if I had a tank that size, I would definitely try to get a one of those other ones, the Mabu puppers.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a great one. I might be hanging out with Austin this week, because I'm driving my folks to Iowa, so it's pretty cool. Austin's Fantastic Freaks.
And he's been bragging about that, Austin, every stream that he goes on and gets the chance to work it in. So get ready.
I would get Dantoids. Am I saying that correctly, Rob?
Datinoids, I believe.
Datinoids, yeah.
Datinoids.
They're slow growers, but they are really pretty and they get real big. And I think it'd be awesome to have like a whole mess of them, like bass in there.
So we're talking about 1,000-gallon plus, right?
Yep.
And it's a plywood tank, so I'm going to have to get rid of the Arapama I was thinking of, because it's a plywood tank. They're pretty strong fish. I would go with a red tail, the six banded Datinoids, the platinum gars, and a couple arowanas.
It's a nice list.
Okay, well, I'm going to blow all your minds here. Number one, I'm gonna say a rule everybody hates: the 1 inch per gallon. Well, I'm looking at 1 inch or less fish, and close to 1,000 different fish. Well, 1,000 fish, all of them up to maybe 8 to 10 different species of schooling fish, all that individually school.
That'd be awesome.
That would be, now me being a fish store owner, I can buy them wholesale, so I kind of get them at a real good price that way. So it's easier for me to do. My dream is to have a 75 or something like that full of chili raspberries.
Wow.
I think that would be a fascinating sight. All those guys just migrating around with some dither fish in there just to make sure they stay in the schools.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. So me, I would always thinking about my fish that I currently have, not getting new fish. And I'm trying to think in my head, because I have a lot of fish that are going to get large, what I could keep together. Definitely my 3 Polypterus would go in that tank.
Ooh.
I do have a 6 clown loaches. So I think they would be okay. Plus I have a dozen silver, like it's almost like what's in my 125 gallon, because I've got like 6 or 7 Severums. I've got my Bordori, the clownfish, the silver dollars, and my giant Danios. That would all transfer over along with the Bashirs and my 2 electric blue Jack Dempseys. They're pretty mild. I think I would just take some of those larger fish, as long as they're all compatible, and put them in that, because I would love to see how big they could grow. I would just love to see that.
You would be amazed how compatible they are in a volume like that. Ohio Fish Rescue can tell you that right there. I think he's got African cichlids in there with neotropicals.
Would my Trimac be okay in that?
Very possibly.
That would be awesome.
That's a tremendous volume. I mean, Bob, don't you have a beta fraternity tank?
Well, I did for a while, and I've only got two in there now, 2 males. But I had 5 at one point, and the 5th one kind of broke that was pushing it too far. And since then, it caused issues. I took that one out pretty quick. They just never all got along after that one caused problems.
Yeah, it is possible with enough volume, even the fish you think would never get along, provided you can get their parameters correct and there's not a food competition issue. They're probably going to get along, other than mating or something like that, that may cause much further issues.
I think if you look at Joey, the king of DIY, that's 1,000+ tank. I think his cement pond. He has quite different variety of fish in it.
Yeah.
And what you need to have, if you're going to do it, you're going to want to escape it, so they can have places to hide and to break the view of each other too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Again, look at Free Swimmers, 1,200 gallon plywood. Susie, do you see the question there from
Lumpy Dog? If the polar blues are plant safe, I'd be interested in buying a couple from you, Susie Q. Absolutely, Lumpy Dog. I'll say, how many dozen do you want? Absolutely. Email me your address.
I looked them fish up, and they were the blue parrot cichlid. They were blue parrot.
Yeah, that's them.
It said 8 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, Free Swimmer says, I've been growing out some true parrots, and they are very different than the hybrid blood parrots. I've heard that.
That's that's on my short list, like top 3 fish.
Ooh.
And I wanted one for a long time from up in Knoxville, where Robert's at, or near there. And I didn't get it because I didn't have any bigger than 55 then. And somebody finally bought it, but it was gorgeous.
Oh.
Yeah, the 2 parrots. Yeah. Well, Free Swimmer, if you need to rehome some, I'm buying. So
I I took that photo with Bob.
Yeah.
One of our stores in Atlanta.
Oh,
That
yeah,
one
the
of
color blue. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that trip.
actually it was 2 years ago. So it was,
Well, no, I don't remember.
sorry, but
You got me.
maybe 3. It's been a long time.
So Pleco Fever said answers Lumpy's question if they eat the plants. They don't eat the plants, but they like to dig.
Yeah, my little platinums, they dig and dig and dig and dig.
So what I've done for that is I actually have a clay flower pot. Let's say it's a 3-inch flower pot. It's inserted in the 3 inches of substrate. So it's not just the flower pot. I actually have the flower pots in there, and they seem to do pretty good because the rest is sand, but in the flower pot is substrate, and they seem to care more about the sand and digging that stuff up.
It's a good hack, Susie.
Smartness.
Yeah, free swimmers inviting everybody.
Love my plants. I love my plants.
Southeast. Yeah.
What do you say? Okay. Am I still reading them? You're going to-
Bob. Hey, I just saw you pop one up there. I do want to comment on. I was just thinking of this name because I saw it pop up, but Jeffrey Watts.
There we go.
Sir, I hope you had a good trip home to Houston and made it home safe. Obviously, you're here talking to us now, and you did. But we had a fish fan tourist come through the store on his way home from Florida to Houston, and I think he kind of went out of his way
That sounds
to
like
hit Chattanooga. But
That's awesome.
thank you, Jeffrey. I really appreciated seeing you and talking to you. It was quite an experience. But now let me read what he says here. Oh, from New York. Yes, and yes, the beard is real.
That's nice, Jeffrey. That is nice. This stream says, Austin, that you should put South Americans and such in there. Maria Z said, L046 plecos and a giant school of lemonitis rainbows.
Oh,
That would be gorgeous. Yeah.
that would be gorgeous.
I'd put an L303 in there. The watermelon pleco. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Maboo puffer.
Yeah. How big do Fahaka puffers get in, and how long of a time frame?
I have one, and I know how they're supposed to get. My Dharma, the Fahaka, she's just at a foot, maybe a foot and a quarter now, and she's not as big or round as I thought she would be. Well, she's like that. She's like a big, big cucumber.
Okay.
But,
Don't start.
right. But, playing off of the last string.
Yeah. No, the
Pigman
stream
and such.
before last.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
They're
my
like
I
fault.
have a Fahaka puffer I got at the beginning of the pandemic. And he is, I mean, it's the size of a pea puffer when I got him. Just a baby.
Yeah.
And he's
Wow.
he's only this big. I didn't
Oh,
know if
that's
that was
plenty,
normal.
though.
Is good?
Yeah. It
Okay.
took Dharma 2 years to get as big as she
Okay.
is. I got her, it'll be 3 years this coming January. So I've had
How
her
long
two
have
and
we
a
been
half
locked
years.
up? Has it been
Yeah,
2
a year
years?
and a
It seems
half.
like a 5 years, 10 years.
10
It's
years
been
or
a-
so.
It's about probably a year and a half for the age of
Okay.
your pocket. Was I with you when you got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
it was-
yeah.
That was the last fish convention that there was before everybody got locked down.
That was probably 16 months ago or 17 months ago.
So is he
Now, Dharma
small?
was bigger than a pea puffer. She was my thumb size, so she had a head start.
Okay. Yeah,
She
because
was
when I got
little.
her, this one, it was like, I've never seen anything like it. It was like the size of my pea puffer. I was like, could I put him in my pea puffer tank? And the guy's like, no.
Yeah. I thought they were when I first saw them.
Yeah,
They're so
beautiful. And
tiny.
that's where I got the ornate Bashir, too.
Yeah, I
The
got
butcher's. Oh.
Now, are yours really aggressive?
Well,
Mine are
no,
terribly
because
aggressive.
I got one ornate and he's in with a Senegal.
Mhm.
Is that right? And then one with a saddle. So all three of them are in with the electric blue Jack Dempseys, and they are just so peaceful. They ride on the back of the Jack Dempseys when I put food in the tank, and then they get the food before the Jack Dempsey.
I just had a Polypertus come in. Best by my judgment, I couldn't tell what type it was. It's not a Senegalus, but I'm pretty sure it's a Nile Polypertus.
Ooh.
It's 13 inches right now.
Oh wow! Cool.
This thing's huge. He took out a Maui just like that. I hated to do it, but I've got to try and transition them to fresh food or to normal food, not live food. But he was a wild caught that literally just came in. But wow, what a!
So how does that transition look like? What is that? What is the process for transitioning from live food?
I haven't tried it yet with the dry food, but I'm gonna pull an Ed here and pull up my photo here. He definitely has a different mouth than your normal Polypertus.
Yeah.
Here, let me put you up there. Well, can everybody see it?
It's instead of the lizard mouth, it's kind of more the snake type mouth.
Right. And that's what determines what kind of food he eats, right?
Well, yeah. I haven't done a whole bunch of research on him. But he is just huge. Yeah, one more photo. You don't have to pull it back up, Bob. You can just see him there in a 20-gallon
I can't see myself if I don't. I like that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that guy.
Now, is he very personable so far, or is he hiding all the time?
No, he's out 100%. Isn't hiding. His body seems twisted, but I think it's just because of just how he lays. Because he was wild caught, hand caught in Africa. I do know that. I don't know exact origins. But this was a mobile fish vendor. It came through, and he had about a dozen of them, and I got one of them.
Yep, I got
But he is a interesting bisher. It would be the best way to describe him. My Senegalus I've got back here behind me, and I love that guy.
Is he in with your Oscars?
Yeah. He's in there with a 16-inch Oscar or 14-inch that could probably swallow him whole. And he will get right in the face of that Oscar and steal food from him. Yes. I'm not in the slightest bit worried.
I would love to put my Polypterus in with my Oscars.
Get them big first. It started out in a new tank with new decorations, nothing familiar to the fish.
Okay.
That is the only way I would do it. And that's the way it worked here is they all went in at the same time.
And what size tank is that behind you?
It's a 125.
Okay. I got some ideas.
Yeah.
Hi, Scotts.
Somebody typed cucumber ambush predator when I was talking about Dharma the Vahaka in the stream, and it reminded me that I hadn't told you it, and I really hadn't done a video, but I need to. But I had the two dragon puffers, and I had that one that was from time to time it would get like critically ill. I don't know what was wrong, but it did that again about a week ago. And it had lost an eye, and not from them fighting or anything, but it lost an eye, some kind of infection. got it through that, and that all healed up. But anyway, I went in and found it night before last, floating at the top. It was gone.
So I try to
So
Oh,
I've had them like 2 years, and I mean, I don't know,
Did
but
it
the other
puff
one has
up?
gotten twice as big as that one, and it's just great. And it seems like it misses that one, but I know it doesn't. I mean, they tolerated each other, but so
When she died, did she puff up?
yeah, yeah.
So did mine, and it was so weird. I was surprised that they would puff up like that before they die.
I think it's something to do with their reflex, or Rob may know more about it, but there's something to do with their reflex, and you're supposed to get puffers right out because a lot of them release a toxin, whether they're poisonous to eat or not. It's just in their skin. You know, they don't have
Yeah.
scales, so
Yeah. There
got
is
it
a
out.
poison within their organs, and I don't know entirely how far the tetrodotoxin goes, and whether or not it continues into a fish that is tank raised, and because in some cases a lot of those toxins come from their diet,
Yeah.
from whoa,
Did
am I
y'all hear
going
that?
crazy? Yeah,
Did
okay,
y'all
I'm
hear
just
that?
making
Yeah,
sure I'm not going crazy.
yeah, it's the same thing happened to me too over here, Rob, because like my screen is black and like the only person I see on my screen is Susie Q. So
Oh, okay.
I
Little
see
Uh,
famous
everybody.
looking one of us.
Susie's so lucky.
maybe because a motorcycle just went by. Do you have it set so whoever's talking is on the screen?
I didn't know
Oh,
you
is that
could
what
do that.
that was?
Oh, that
I
happens
see.
on Zoom calls. Cool.
That would
But
drive me crazy, though.
Daytona Fishing Fiend has also transitioned to wild caught predator by feeding 3 times a day live food for 2 weeks, then stop feeding and switch to meats frozen food. Getting their metabolism fast and scheduled for eating is the key.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daytona.
Yeah, what
I'm
I
still
will
looking
probably
for
do
that.
with this Bisher is
Thank you, Bob.
I'll probably just go ahead and give him one more live feeding. I
Mhm.
gave him one just because he's been on the road, no telling how long. Distributors won't feed the fish because they don't want to ship them to where they'll dirty the bag.
Oh.
So he got a big molly, one that we could have back. I don't sell mollies, but if someone guys, oh, this is gonna sound awful, but it was a surrender. But it was one back in our quarantine tank,
Mhm.
and it's kind of hard to put it out in the tank and sell it. And it had been back in our quarantine tank for 3 months, just feeding it every day. And finally, I'm just like, well, yeah, oh, this is the one.
Yeah, it's how fish eat, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did put my
it's a
mustard
natural thing. It's difficult to do, even for me. It is very difficult to feed a live fish to another fish.
Mhm.
Um, but it is the natural thing. I mean, we all love Bambi, but we understand how things happen. So it just, with that in mind, I'll probably give it one more feeding live, one more live fish, probably a female guppy or something like that. And then from that point on, I won't feed it anything more live. It's the only fish in the tank.
Okay.
And when he gets hungry, he'll eat. That is a nature I have learned with fish. It doesn't work well in a large group aquarium. They can easily be out eaten, but it also works well because those fish can teach him what to eat. So it's kind of one way or the other. And I can't exactly mix him with other fish right now. I mean, this is a 13-inch Bisher that could do a lot of damage to even the biggest fish I've got in my tanks right now. So he's just going to be kept off to the side, and we're going to be shifting some things around and probably get him in a 45-gallon tank until we find a home for him. But
This
he'll
is
eat.
a real good hack from Lumpy Dog here. It says thread frozen meaty food on a fishing line. Don't tie it, just thread it on. Then jiggle meat and tank. The movement will help trigger eating. Over multiple feedings, jiggle less. Work for me. That's awesome.
That is a good trick too.
Yeah, I used to use a small acrylic rod. Is acrylic rod about the diameter of a coat hanger, and sharpen on one end, and you just stab a frozen shrimp on the end, and you can shake it, and the way as flimsy as that thing is, it just vibrates that shrimp on the end, and they go right after it. But I'm trying to get them to go after pellet food.
Okay.
Which is going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. It took me for axolotls, I know is different, but it took me almost a month to get my axolotls onto pellets.
Right.
Lori, when did you come in? I see you saying hello to people. Well, hello, Lori. She's probably been here the whole time.
What's up, Mike? All things fish.
Well, my Bishers still get to eat some live food occasionally. If I find a female or a boy, any guppy that has a bent spine, they get their chance to survive, but normally the Bishers eat them within that night. And then ugly boys that I don't want to put in my mutt guppy tank.
Right.
Well, I have a tank here that is just kind of coals from my Endler breeding.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 3 Bishers come in. They came in, I mean, this big, smaller than from one knuckle to the other, or from 2 knuckles, the center knuckle to the point of the finger. Very, very small. And we just threw them in that tank. There were some baby Endlers in there as well, and of all sizes.
Yeah.
I have half the Endlers, I did. But those guys are like this now.
Wow.
And where I paid a very good rate for them, they're now going down to the store probably this week with a premium rate on them. And I've already verified that they would prefer the pellet food to the live stuff.
Yeah.
Because the live stuff was all around them, everywhere they could look. So the oddity was the pellet food.
So would you say that if you had something like that starting out, and they may have ate a couple of them, that introducing the pellet stuff in with the live food, it helps?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So?
Because it was the oddity. They got so used to that. Just like you don't want to eat cheeseburgers every day. Well, maybe you do. But someone pops up with some pizza, and
no pineapple.
So something a little different, and I found that from that point on, once I started throwing that in. And what they were, it was actually the Hikari algae wafers that I would take and just snap up. And these are like wafers about the size of a nickel, but I just snap them up into several pieces and drop them in. And they'd go after them, and they wouldn't go after the fish. And then I would put up the fish food, because I noticed that they had learned a thing, and I'd put the fish food up there. Well, that meant all the Bisher food went up to the top of the water, which was all the fish.
Yeah.
And they would sit there, and they would swim right with them, right next to them, and just one of them would just turn sideways and whoop, and just get that quick. So It was okay. Well, I need to feed them first, then feed the endlers. And so I distract the Bishers now, and that's working very, very well.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
What do you distract him with? A picture of Ed?
Matt,
I throw in their food.
Matt F., I'm going to be going to Council Bluffs, Iowa, right next to Nebraska.
Oh.
Sorry, he just asked. Well, I've got my threadfin acaras, and 2 have made it up, and they won't allow the other 2 to eat unless I have to have food in 2 hands and dump it on 2 sides of the tank just so that everybody gets to eat.
That is a very common thing with fish and with fish keepers. If you've never had to do that, God bless you. You will. Almost everybody's had to feed a tank with 2 hands as far as they can reach if their tank is that wide.
Yep. But normally it's like cheapy food over here and good food over here.
Yep.
So all your mollies eat the cheapy stuff and you trick them and then you go.
Well, one trick I found, a lot of your sinking pellets are the ones they call slowly sinking, is a term they're using now lately. If you take a pinch of them, hold them underwater, and just let them sit there and get wet while you sprinkle some other food in there, the other fish go after that. Then just kind of rub your fingers together, and that food will go. 90% of it will go straight to the bottom because you've already knocked the air bubbles off of it.
Right. Oh, I need to try that because I need something that gets to the bottom for my clown loaches before those silver dollars and the severums, like they snap up everything.
Another method is a small piece of PVC pipe with a funnel, and feed the fish on top, and then set your funnel in there, pour some food in there, and pour a little water to help push it down, and it will go straight down to the bottom. That's a good trick for putting clownfish to anemones, and getting past predators and that type of stuff, and or gobies to pistol shrimps. I use that trick a lot in saltwater.
So you have saltwater?
At the store, yes.
Nice. I have 2 saltwater tanks.
Yeah, we have a 4-foot by 4-foot reef tank.
Wow.
And a few fish tanks set up, not many. I think 55 gallon, 3 20 gallons. And then we have a 90 gallon Red Sea display tank.
Nice.
But
very nice.
Salt isn't our main thing. We're mainly fresh, but we're expanding more and more into salt.
Right.
Yay. One of the things I have to use, a trick, but I do, is with the big filamentous barbs. When I put them in the 180, they got big fast. But I have to use the current. There's a lot of current across the top, and then it comes back down. And I use that to get them away so I can feed the bigger, slower fish and the blind fish. And they go to the other end, and I'm like, yes, I'll hurry. Hey, Ro showed up there a minute ago, and everybody was saying hi to Ro.
Oh, hello. Hey, Ro.
You know, I do have one thing I want to announce. Today was the last day of Aquatic Aesthetics, second year. Sorry, had to have the dramatic pause there. So yes, our 3rd year begins tomorrow. We opened July 19th, 2019.
Congratulations.
It's been quite a ride. I know Bob's time is getting short here, so I did want to get that in real quick. And to all you guys that have supported us, that have come by, Jeffrey Watts, Ray's Aquatics, Daniken, Oh, good. There's more Chattanooga, of course, and Kaler's Aquatics. They've been there.
Okay, Maria Zia Stroke
Robert's
Rob.
been there. What's that?
Yeah. She probably said that during the dramatic pause.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't scare.
Yeah, and we're
Scare
still
me like
waiting on
that.
Maria to come out of the northern states and head south and give us a visit. But it's been quite a ride, and I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that have come through, and even once, and all those that come through on a regular basis. It's just wow.
I hope to be coming through there Tuesday to pick up my
Yep.
things that Tammy ordered for me.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna list anything out, just so you can have your surprise with any videos for the future on those.
Aw.
Well, I
But-
said I ordered them during the live stream, so
Oh, okay. But yes, your black knifefish will be in Tuesday.
Nice.
thank you.
If you guys come and visit Rob, sometimes he has a sign like this by the road that you can just grab, like I did.
Ah,
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool that
we
he's that
actually
nice.
bought that sign. In fact, it was exactly 2 years ago today that sign was delivered to us.
wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it came in, it got to us the day before we opened. We kind of did just-in-time ordering, JIT, if anyone knows what that is, and had it there waiting on us. I mean, our printing company is right next door to us, so that was convenient.
And I snagged it day 3, I think. So
No, you. I
just-
think we were open 6-8 months before I even met you.
Yeah, I was driving my dad to the heart doctor, and I was like looking at the Mexican restaurant. And I went, "That looked like a fish store." And so when we came back, when I was coming back, Dad had to go in because I had to check it out on our way back.
Yeah. You came in. You looked at some guppies I had in the oddity system.
Oh yeah, and my mom was there too.
Yep. Tequila Sunrise guppies. I still remember the ones you bought.
Yep.
And you
Wow.
bought them solely because they looked like, or they had the cheese colors. And
Those
so
poor fish.
to me, now you guys, you got to realize I had no idea who Chattanooga was. At this point, he was just a customer. I had never seen his channel. I didn't watch much of the local stuff. So I
He
didn't know.
have any content back then.
Well, yeah, that too, I guess. But I didn't know who he was. And so from that point on, okay. And now he did tell me he had lots of fish tanks. So to me, that is a prospective customer I need to try and cater towards. So I started looking for red and yellow, red and oranges fish. I just seen the man one time, but that's what stuck in my head is, okay, I need to please this guy. This is a good customer. I need him here. If
And
I only, hindsight, had I known, wow.
What? And he got me some clownfish. Whoops. A NASCAR just went by, or Formula One. But no, he got some clownfish that I can't wait to put in my salt water as soon as I get it going. Can't wait.
Oh yeah. I can't. For the life of me, I can't think of what those are.
Maroon gold fleck.
Yeah, gold flake maroons.
Yeah.
I bet say I knew they were maroons.
Maria,
But they're more red than maroon. So I love
Yeah,
it.
but I will
Maria's
warn you,
throwing
the
us up.
maroons are the some of the most aggressive of the clownfish. But for clownfish, that's not that bad until they get that big.
I'll send
One,
you a video of my parrot. Mine are real sweet.
oh yeah,
As long as you don't get
some
that
can be
close to them.
just sweet as can be.
Sweet. Yeah.
Bob just keeps
All
them
right.
so full they can't be mad.
Yep, hey,
That's right.
that is a one of the best secrets to fish keeping. Even Oscars.
All right. Maria has thrown us out already. She didn't turn the light off quite, but she did on me, it looks like. Uh, Thank you, everybody, for showing up. This is another great stream, and it doesn't amaze me, but it's just really, really good that we could not even have a guest, and still have a great stream. I think y'all are awesome. Thank you, Austin,
You're awesome,
Fantastic
Bob.
Freaks, for this. Oh, please, for the super chat.
Yes.
Thank you, Bobby. But thank all of you all for showing up. It really, really. I look forward. I'm like Susie. I look forward to this, and I wouldn't miss it.
Mhm.
And it's because of you guys and everybody that shows up. Thank you, and Maria and Mike are the mods tonight. Anthony's here. Hey, Anthony, he's lurking while you. Maria throwing those links like crazy. Thank you, lady. So I think that's everybody. And Lumpy Dog and Rose show up out of nowhere. So that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. So there should be a link for Kenny's stream. Well, maybe we've gotten down past it a little bit. But anyway, Kenny's gone live already a couple minutes ago. So, Matt joined. New member.
Remember,
Oh,
Awesome.
welcome,
Thank you,
Matt.
Matt.
Good
Thank
to
you,
have
Matt.
you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you again, Mike, for all you do. He's one of Susie's awesome mods too. All right. I still don't see that link, and we didn't do a hashtag, but keeps me company while I prepare for next week. Thanks, Lucky Stone. All right, guys, let's head over to. There we go. Skipper got it. All right, guys. See you Wednesday. And if not, I'll see you Sunday.
bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.